Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we are playing Manor Lords. Um, just a demo that was released maybe a couple of weeks ago. Um, nevertheless, the game is absolutely stunning looking. The graphics are exceptional. It allows you to play through I guess the initial part of the game of the economics, the basics. But yeah, there's just you can still play for a few hours, nevertheless. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump into it and let's see what it is. One thing I wanted to say that the graphics that I have are literally maxed out. Everything is on ultra. This is just because of my uh, computer can handle it basically. So that's what it is. So yeah, let's give it a spin. Gonna choose our lord. Name. Let's choose someone here. Banner. Good banner. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay, we'll just leave it as standard. Not changing. We're not settings, and let's start the game. I have played it before. When it became available. It's um it's very good. It's quite challenging if you make a mistake. Let's say when it comes to logs, if you leave your supplies too low, then not build anything anymore. So it's quite good. Let's look. Where are we on the map? Oh, that's great. Okay, so we stone, we two the wild animals patches, and we've iron, which is very important. That's fine. A lot of, obviously, because it's a demo only, a lot of the features, etc., are not available. Also, the game is only in early access, but it's being developed as we speak. I believe I got this map before. Yes. Okay. Fine. Have our first, I guess, the mission. To build a couple of things. Except that. Yeah, the first important building is our lodge. Gather them fast. Here, lodge. So you can rotate the building by just holding the mouse and then turning it around. Think. Go. This. So our lodge, our logging camp, basically, it's the most important building. As I said, if we run out of the timber, uh, we can, if there is, let's say, a pending construction already, that some timber already had been delivered, you can then cancel it and then you can get that wood back. But if you don't, then that's it. There's no more construction. Now this could be just a bug or something, but even if you assign workers, they don't seem to collect the wood. And I guess there's even a warning not to get the timber as low. It happened to me a few times and I had to restart the process. So that's what it is. Okay, so we're just gonna speed up the game. Want to build it first before anything else. I think I really like the fact that it's not individual people that you assign to buildings, but actually families. So I think historically it makes sense because a lot of the to get going the wood. I think historically it just makes sense because of the fact that we're families basically. Traders, stonemasons, or farmers, etc. So that's something that would have stayed within the family and it would have been passed on from generation to generation. How would they would have learned basically? It's quite interesting that that's how the developer decided to do it. I really like that. Okay, so firewood we're low on, but we're fine. Do need to get some food. So because it's March, we're going berries here. Can actually go ahead and get the lodge going to hunter. Now I will work on it. I think this is also a bug, so you can see where the line is basically full, but I can keep expanding it. Now I guess this is limited further, but very large. Fries. Goes. I want to build a granary quite close. The just been delivered fairly fast.
Get to work, lads.
Very glad. The only thing I guess about the game that I don't, yeah, I think it's the voiceover or the voice acting. It's the accent. Not that I have the best accent, obviously, but the accent. It's okay. It's just not quite there for some reason. For me, anyway. Yeah, the cow or the ox. I really like the fact that you can actually have it or do the first person or walk around as a lord. It would be neat if the robe actually would adjust the colors of your banner. It shows, let's say, something else than red. but it stays the same. And what's interesting, at first I thought that you will not be able to see his face because he's constantly turning, but if you do it quite fast, oh, there it is. You can actually see. Uh, and I think that the lore doesn't change also based on the picture, as far as I remember. But it's a very cool feature. Very low approval. This is just because of the homelessness. That's something that we'll resolve fairly fast once we get the. Now I'm out of timber. Have those. That's all delivered. Where is the other one? Alright. Uh, but this is also actually quite useful. So you can enable idle people basically to idle villagers to go and help out. You know, if they have nothing else to do. That's very neat. And because I have actually 3 idle families, if they just sit around, scratch their noses and things, they can actually help gather some more. Um, that's an interesting thing. One thing that I guess I'm kind of wondering about is the ox. So here the it doesn't have, or I should say, it does have you can assign the workers here, but you don't really need to because there's someone just walking around with the ox anyway. So it kind of, I don't know if this is just that's not developed yet or maybe it's supposed to be. And it doesn't matter if I just assign someone or assign 2 people. There's someone walking with the ox anyway. Well, that's good. But yeah, the game is absolutely on. It's developed with Real Engine. Really, really good. Really good. Okay, let's just speed up some time. We do have the foragers, so let's get that going. Have berries. Ah, no berries, they're just outside the border. No way. Uh, my mistake. I guess. Reason for my mistake is because I had exactly same map, but I did have berries. But I guess the resources spawn at random, so yeah, that's a bummer. Okay, well, that's fine. Nothing to forage. That's a useless building. What now? I wonder if we. Oh yeah, it says that if we demolish something, may be able to. Oh yeah, it teleports the resources to the nearest building to save them. Work in progress. I guess it may not work. I think I've done it before because I was out of wood. And it did do it, but which well, that's too unfortunate. And also you cannot purchase uh, another territory because that feature is okay. We'll leave it anyway because it's a lovely building to look at. Proper villagey thing. See through place to party or something. Gather for children. Okay, so we have everything apart from storehouse.
Hey, give us a hand.
And hunting is available. Now I need it. Wow. No, almond, I just so stupid. I have two forager hats. Absolutely. Must be screaming. Okay, we will get rid of one and get proper thing going. I did, I thought I did press on that. See, I didn't. We're just gonna increase priority, so right. Okay, we need actually someone in Granary to get the food that's outside in. Because if weather changes, if we get some sort of a, I don't know, um, not just winter, but even rain and things like that, it's not going nice. And basically, we lose the food to weather condition. Important. Now this is ready. We're gonna make it so, and then let's just increase that. Should tell us. Okay, one for the moment. That set us back big time. Ah, yes. Stone, I don't think harvested yet. I get someone else.
Let's get to work.
Well, this is interesting. How come there are berries if there are no berries available? Ah, they just no berries here. Very interesting. So storehouse is nice, but I do not want to complete it just yet. Because the next mission will away. Getting all those patients. Okay, it's still summer. Weather is nice. Well, cow or the ox is walking around. Growing it. Collected all the food, so we're good there. And now we're
Come on, people. Get to work.
like the way the road is actually quite organic. Wraps around the buildings. Wow, that's well. Okay, yeah. Here or build it on the water patch.
Come on, people!
Build a
Get to
well
work!
style. It's not a requirement yet, but it's the requirement one after. Yeah, that's what I really, really like. The ox delivering the materials, the logs. Very good. Almost completed everything. Food is gone off, so that's good. 15. Yeah, this actually got me wondering if we put someone there to work, if they'll be collecting food regardless. There's a source for the berry source. Yeah, that would be interesting. No, I'm gonna do it. Once I'll grow my towns small bit. For the moment, let's just go in there. I think here's the rain. Okay, so we're just completed the first objective. Here we are. Houses and the wells. That. Person I took off Granary. Two people. One. Well, families. Two. I can keep going because I still need food. Uh, this is actually quite good. So once we have the storage full for every building, uh, we're not going to collect anymore. Now I think the game still allows to collect a bit more and go over the storage for some of the things. Let's say like the farmhouse. Now this could be again just because of the game not being developed, or uh, just maybe a feature. But um, otherwise, we'll actually need employees or families assigned here so they can actually gather all the resources. The
Time to find a good tree in soft ground.
the families don't deliver themselves. Now my popularity is going down because I have not provided any home just yet, but it'll go up in no time. Food is stable, so that's good. And we will need to get the fuel going. Have the well now, so good. And then let's go get some house. Yeah, we build them here. Although I just want to see. Okay, so Emers field, plenty of blocks. There's plenty of good. Barley, very little. Barley. Okay. The orange is fine. Obviously, you want to aim for the green. There is a patch over here, which should be fine. Rye, practically entire map. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. So let this. So Emmer plenty here. Uh, barley obviously here. And everything. Yeah, let's have them. This. 4 at once. They're big enough so they can be expanded with different additions. Food. Then I'm gonna assign or even 2 more. Oh yeah, I cannot build it because I'm limited. Fine, and go with. Maybe too big. Perfect. Good. Are they not the same? Pretend they're not. Okay, and 2. And we're down to 0. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's speed up time to unassigned family, so that will take a while. Well, this is actually interesting. Other games would have, the well kind of thing, or filling up, um, and a limit of what can be actually drawn. But here it doesn't seem to be. And it also, I've built multiple wells, and it doesn't seem like you need to, just for now anyway. One is literally sufficient. Also, it's just there. No one seems to be using it. There's no animations or anything like that involving the well for the time. Houses are very nice, actually, I think. Um, and I think, I guess the developer got inspired by Ostrif, because Ostrif now allows the gardens, the vegetable gardens, and different additions to the house. And they're actually very important because otherwise you'll just run out of food if you in a current state. Peasants are coming fine. Oh yeah, and there doesn't seem to be natural growth also. It it it's just that once you build a house, someone just appears basically. Spawns this earth. I guess that'll come as well. I don't see it not being there. Right, good. As you can see, actually the food only. There's 1 or 2 different types of food available, but gone up because of the houses. Okay, and now we need. They will no longer hunt.
Hey, give us a hand over here.
Just assign someone just to clear the storage here. Good. Nice. Also, it seems that the the workers, the game seems to just randomly assign builders, so there's no really builders, kind of population management as we see in other games like Banished or Life is Feudal. Fine. Okay, so that's the quest completed, and we get another one. And the other one is actually the longest one, as far as I remember. Delay it just back. Rather. And then what we need, get the firewood going because the houses will. Oh, sorry. Thing. This. Get the firewood.
Come on, people! Get to work!
Okay. New houses will get new settlers. There you are. New joined. Heard of us and he decided to join us. That's good. What's really good actually is that this uses separately, so you don't need wood for then to be um, dismantled and firewood, but it uses its own patch. And then if you build a forester, forester is actually able to sustain both the logging camp and this, so that's really good. So, oh, you don't have to if you want to clear the patch of land, but obviously you'd want to. One thing I have not tried, and I guess I saw others doing, is include the animals resources within the clearing patch. So I don't know if you clear the area from wood, if that disappears or they just roam regardless, irrespective. But I just think that they are placed within the forest, so it just makes sense to just leave them within forest. So I haven't really tried it. I guess I wouldn't want to because the food is so scarce. Kind of game over at that point because then people will. It, it takes time to develop different things, etc. So it's gonna be a bit of a risky game if you want to try it out. So
Let's get to work!
find a person and a patch. We'll do it here because it's close. That area as well. Farming industry and things, so that's good. Um, can then go in. Fine. Need the farming, so that's really what the 1 2 is for. Really want to, because the tools are used for upgrading the houses and vegetable garden one tool. But with the iron that we're going for, we can then start upgrading those because they'll be actually very important to get them going. Uh, now I have a person
Get to work, lads.
here.
Let's go, people!
That's. I think this is the only, I guess, building. It's not really a building, so it's just a post that you can move in an instant without being dismantled and then. Where's my iron? So very quickly. Just want to the building relative. Well, in a straight line. I want.
Come on, people! Get to work!
Okay. Good. Yeah, the road build just builds right away. Oh, what's happened here? Oh yeah, if you move the mouse, it just goes elsewhere. Okay, so that. The roads expand themselves. Once you build houses, they just become wider. Again, this is just organic. I saw it on the developer's website. There's like I guess kind of known issues and bug reporting section and feature request kind of a section where uh, someone actually described that they would like to see the village being more lively, which I actually agree with because once you build a market, it's nothing really going on, and you can assign the market to be quite large, but there's just nothing happening there. It's just quite. But obviously the game is just being developed, so to be too harsh. It's actually amazing that I think the game is in alpha, but still we are able to play the game. Good. It's literally an early access game. And I think it really has it actually really has kind of all the games you kind of that you would have played and you always wanted to have features of in one game. So let's say it reminds me of Stronghold, whereby you have you can actually go through the playthrough just without any armies involved because this game also has it's being developed for the armies. You can control the armies, etc. And then and right now you can only play the economic side of things. But here, uh, it's kind of like a marriage of all the things, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, things are happening slowly but surely. Okay, I will need. So fuel has gone up. I do not want to assign too many people there, but needs iron going. Just finished. Longer because I have it slow. Oh yeah, these are. I actually have not. I have not tried building sheep farm yet. That's what I would like to do. See, storage retreat for Starhouse. Maybe it's. Oh yeah, it's this again. Okay. But once this is all gathered here from the ground, they'll go over there. They will. Gonna also see families. What a living space. 3 out of 1. How does that work? Interesting. Guess they sleep in one bed or something. Uh, Almost there. Am I doing something or is this changing the speed of the game? Oh, okay, so that's finished. I have one family unassigned. Just one. No, that's fine, yeah. Go ahead, assign some
Hey,
here.
give us a hand over here.
Actually, this is one of the places where you can have laborers. Oh, okay. Then our popularity is going up, so that's good. There doesn't seem to be any complaints. How's this going? Because oh yeah, this has now reached. They're not gonna, they'll be waiting until, the resources will spawn and then they go from there. So now waiting, you can just switch. And by the time this depletes, this then grows back. You can see already grows back, so it's really like that. Alternatively, you can have two and then just one family in each, and then just have them. And once the actual game um progresses and you have enough population just to do all of that and plenty food for everyone, you can really just leave all of that running. It makes no difference. Yeah, wood coming along slowly, and then we'll get some iron ore. Couple not showing here. My blind. Oh no, it is. Some pelts. So out of pelts we can make leather. Good. The farmhouse will be very important building to construct. Get that going. But let's keep expanding because we'll need work for it. But I think the barley patch was here. So go in this. Or maybe if we left the road, see how it sticks. I really like this. I'm not really a big fan of this when you click the build, that it shakes. Uh, Not quite sure what's that about, but the road adjusting itself. Oh, I guess we can have a well here. Prop. That way. I really like how it just adjusts itself. So this is what the developer means by organic. Free this way, and this one hidden, but you can see it out there. Also can expand it. Good. Build it, and that wood. Yeah, I think what happened to me before was that I've built the fence or the palisades with there's a building there, gatehouse, whatever, or the manor house, yeah. I've built that and that consumed so much wood. And then it just nothing would happen. They wouldn't build anything, they wouldn't collect any more wood. I think that's just a bug, but I have a workforce and I wouldn't collect it. Never mind. Popularities keep going up, so that's good. I don't think it affects any. Oh yeah, okay. It says that it can cause rebellion, but only when it drops to 0. But other than that, okay, affects population growth speed. But to be honest, I haven't. There is no population speed. I guess it's just for future. So we have October and oh yeah, November is the end of the harvest, but there's nothing to harvest. And it also seems it's actually quite cool, but I'm sure it'll be changed. But you can actually sow your fields and leave them over winter, and they'll just grow. Right? So let's just go first person. I think when you do first person, it just goes into uh, slow modes even. Not on, maybe just a standard mode. Game is absolutely stunning. It actually reminds me of a village. I visited like a heritage village basically, where of all the kind of old houses and entry visit and all of that. It's actually very close to where I live, so it's actually really popular. Of a tourist attraction, I guess. Ox doesn't mind the road, goes anywhere. Oh, and as I said, there's always a person. I don't know if it's the same person, but there's always just someone walking around with the ox. Okay, so I have it now fast forward and now, yeah, because of the first person, it's just okay. That's that. Let's leave them constructing. We just need a bit of more workforce. Yeah, let's leave it at that. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and we'll continue second part where we will get all of our houses and construct maybe a bit of a market. Yeah, market and maybe another well here because there's the water patch, and definitely the farmhouse. The farmhouse will be very needed just to expand it because we'll need to upgrade the houses. We'll need beer. Without beer, there's no upgrade without a beer. So yeah, thanks again. Stay tuned.